Guys, welcome into my official NFL week number 2 predictions, and we begin in Kansas City. September Mahomes. It is a real thing. Patrick Mahomes is crazy in the month of September. These two teams are both 1-0. This is a major AFC West matchup. I think they're very evenly matched, but I'm giving Kansas City the edge. They are at home, and we know how well Patrick Mahomes plays this month. I love the Chargers. I actually picked the LA Chargers to win the AFC West before the season started. I still think they can do it, but this is a tough week 2 game on the road. I love the over, guys, in this game. If you think about it, last week the Thursday night game kind of flopped. This week, the NFL is going to want a lot of points scored. It's Justin Herbert versus Mahomes. It's a big-time QB matchup. I've got it at 30-27. Very close game. Very even matchup. Let's move to the 1 o'clock window. It's going to be the Jets on the road in Cleveland. And guys, the Jets, it's just disgusting. You've got Joe Flacco, who's probably starting week 2 against Jacoby Brissett. Talk about a low-scoring game. I've got the Browns winning 23-14. It might even be lower than this. I think the Browns are going to get up early, just run the ball the entire second half. They want to lean on Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, especially with Jacoby Brissett right now in at quarterback. And I don't know how anyone can pick the Jets other than saying, you know, it's the NFL, crazy things happen. We all understand that. Joe Flacco, 59 pass attempts. They generated 9 points. It's some of the most anemic offense we've seen. They need to play Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson should be getting 8 to 10 targets a game. They also need to play Breece Hall, I think. I think Breece Hall is going to be a really good running back. I'd like to see him get more carries than Michael Carter, but I think the Browns improved to 2-0 with an easy home win. They are 6-point favorites at home. Next, we've got the Commanders, who are 1-0 and kind of have a sneaky good offense with Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, and others. Also, Jahan Dotson, the rookie. They are traveling to Ford Field in a dome to take on Detroit. And Detroit is actually the favorite here, which is a little surprising to me. I have the Commanders starting off the year 2-0. Detroit, they only lost by 3 week 1 against Philadelphia, but it's a little deceiving. They were down that whole game. Jared Goff did not play well. The Commanders, kind of an under-the-radar team. I think they have a pretty good chance on the road to improve to 2-0 with those playmakers. The emergence of Curtis Samuel now healthy. Also, Antonio Gibson out of the backfield. You know, his pass-catching ability. It's not just J.D. McKissick that can catch passes there in Washington. I've got the Commanders squeaking out a victory over the Lions. The Lions aren't a bad team, but again, guys, don't overreact to them only losing by 3. They were down the whole game. They made it close at the end. I've got the Commanders winning this game on the road. Next, we've got Tom Brady traveling to his house of horrors. It's the Buccaneers traveling to New Orleans. Both of these teams are 1-0. And of course, I do have the Saints winning 31-24. So in week 1, I picked the New England Patriots to beat Miami. And my reasoning was, I was like, there's no way Bill Belichick can keep losing to Miami. Well, he kept losing to Miami. I'm not doing it week 2. I'm not going to pick Tom Brady. He always loses in New Orleans. I've got them losing in the Superdome 31-24. Chris Godwin's got a hamstring injury. Leonard Fournette did look really good week 1. Their offense was a little out of sync. They settled for a lot of field goals. And New Orleans quietly has a really good offense, especially if Jarvis Landry continues to turn back the clock. You've got a really good rookie in Chris Olave. You've got Michael Thomas, who looks like he's ready and back as one of the best possession receivers in the NFL. Jameis Winston is good enough. I've got the Saints winning this game, their home opener, 31-24. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers traveling to MetLife to take on the Giants in their home opener. The Giants coming off that huge win. The Panthers off of that horrible, heartbreaking loss. The Cade York 58-yard field goal. And I'm actually very confident the Panthers are going to win this game and go to 1-1. There's so much parity in the NFL. I would be shocked if the Giants improved to 2-0 while the Panthers went to 0-2. Both of these teams are going to be 1-1. I've got the Panthers 27-23. They are road underdogs, although the ESPN FPI does slightly favorite them. I think Baker Mayfield's going to be pretty good. Christian McCaffrey's going to get a lot more carries this game after only getting 10 carries in week 1. DJ Moore should get involved more as well. The Panthers control this game over the Giants. Love Saquon Barkley. I hope he stays healthy. But overall, I like Carolina to win this game on the road and improve to 1-1. Next, we've got the New England Patriots on the road in Pittsburgh. Mac Jones reportedly feeling better this morning. Looks like he's on track to play in Pittsburgh after the injury issue. I think he had a back issue. Pittsburgh coming off that weird week 1 win where their offense did basically nothing. Najee Harris banged up a little bit. He's questionable going into week 2. I think the Patriots get the win here. They get it done. They improve to 1-1 on the season. This is a lower scoring game. I still have major concerns about the New England Patriots' overall offensive playmakers. When you've got a young quarterback like Mac Jones, you need to get him weapons. You need to help him out. The Patriots really didn't do much of anything in the offseason other than getting Devontae Parker, which is not enough in my opinion. And then the Steelers, even though they got the win in week 1, it was heavily aided by Zach Taylor, just horrible coach. The game should have been a tie at least. Zach Taylor made horrible decisions. Also, you're turning them over. Joe Burrow's throwing 3 or 4 interceptions, and you're only winning by a field goal. I mean, you get a pick 6 as well. Mitchell Trubisky, very little on offense. I think the Steelers start Kenny Pickett by week 4 or week 5. The next 1 o'clock game, it's going to be the Colts traveling to Jacksonville. We've got the Colts coming off that crazy tie. They were down 20-3. They tied it up. Many people thought they were easily going to beat Houston. I still am really high on the Colts. I think they're a lock to win the AFC South. And then Jacksonville, they hung with the Commanders. They played pretty well, but they ended up losing late. I've got Indianapolis winning this game and covering the 4-point spread 27-21. This will be Jacksonville's home opener. Christian Kirk looked really good. Travis Etienne is going to be really good, but I think Indianapolis, you've got Jonathan Taylor, you've got Michael Pittman, looked phenomenal in week 1. They'll get it done on the road. They're a really well-built team, really good offensive line. I think Matt Ryan is good enough. They win 27-21. The next game, we've got Miami heading north, traveling to Baltimore to take on the Ravens in their home opener. This game, this is another one I think, flip a coin. I am going to go ahead and go with Baltimore winning this game on a walk-off. Justin Tucker 50-yard field goal. Both of these teams really evenly matched. Tua took him a little while to get going against the Patriots, but he was able to. Jalen Waddle had that long touchdown. And then for Baltimore, kind of a sleepwalk through the Jets, easily winning. Lamar Jackson at home. I'll take Baltimore 28-27 in this one. The 4 o'clock window, starting with the first 4:05 game of the season. We didn't have any 4:05 games in week 1. It's Atlanta. They will be traveling to LA to take on the Rams. The Rams coming off that horrible opening Thursday night loss. We've got Atlanta almost beat New Orleans. Crazy comeback by the Saints. People were surprised they were winning that game. And I think the Rams get back on track. I still think the Rams are flawed. It's not their year, but this is a game. Cooper Kupp, maybe you get Cam Akers involved. They get up early and they win big over an Atlanta team that I'm not going to overreact to week 1. I don't think they're very good. I'd like to see them get the ball to Kyle Pitts more. I'm sure many people would, but I do have the Rams covering the 10.5 point spread, winning 33-17. They're opening with back-to-back home games. The Rams are. The next game we've got, it's another 4:05 game. It's going to be Seattle coming off that major Monday night win, traveling to San Francisco. And you know what? With the thing with Trey Lance, you just got to flush that game. It was an aberration. It was in the rain. There was no chance Trey Lance could do anything. And I think San Francisco wins this game very easily. Vegas has this line at 9.5. I'm sure many people are surprised by that. Geno looked great yesterday. Trey Lance is a bust. Guys, don't overreact. It was the rain. It was an aberration. I've got San Francisco winning this game very easily in their home opener. They're one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. They got a really good defense. Geno Smith and the Seattle offense will come down to earth. And we have San Francisco winning 31-14. Moving to the 425 slate. So this originally was the big marquee matchup of the 425 window. It's Cincinnati traveling to Dallas. This game has been completely nuked by the Dak Prescott injury. Cincinnati is now 7-point favorites. I don't even think that's enough. I have Cincinnati winning this game 35-14. This is the prototypical Joe Burrow get right game. After all those turnovers, all those interceptions, I think Burrow has 3 or 4 touchdowns, no interceptions in Dallas. And the Cowboys, it's going to be very tough to generate any offense when you're talking about, their offensive line being younger, and missing Dak Prescott. We'll see what they do at the quarterback position. I don't know if it's too late to trade for anyone in terms of this game. So it looks like it's probably Mike White, at least for this week. Really, really bad for Dallas. I would hammer Cincinnati -7. I know it's a lot of points for a road team in the NFL, but you look at that Dallas offense, it seems like such great odds for Joe Burrow, who's going to be mad after those multiple turnovers in week 1. The next 425 game, it's going to be the Denver Broncos home opener. They're hosting the 0-1 Houston Texans, and they are 10-point favorites, and it's not surprising to me. I think Denver, even in the crazy week 1 loss to Seattle, they should have won. I mean, you're talking about 2 fumbles at the goal line. They've got an explosive offense. Jerry Jeudy is just ridiculous how fast he is. And I've got Denver crushing Houston, covering the 10-point spread 34-10. I think Jerry Jeudy scores 2 touchdowns in this game. Houston just is not good. I understand they tied in week 1, but they were outgained by like 250 yards. They do not have a good offense. Davis Mills is not a good quarterback, guys. Denver will easily win this game at home. And then we've got I love the AFC-NFC matchups. We've got Arizona traveling up the road. They're in Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders coming off that disappointing week 1 loss. Derek Carr, the 3 interceptions. How about the Raiders? 5-point favorites or 6-point favorites in this one. I've got them winning. I love the over in this game, 31-28. Going to be a higher scoring affair. I think Kyler Murray and that offense, they're able to do some things. Murray maybe with his legs. Maybe Hollywood Brown catches a long touchdown pass. So they're going to do some things, but I have the Raiders winning this game, getting their first win of the season. The Arizona Cardinals fall to 0-2 on the year without DeAndre Hopkins. Moving to the Sunday Night Football game, it's going to be Justin Fields getting the primetime matchup against Aaron Rodgers and that struggling Green Bay offense. And I think Fields plays well. I really like Justin Fields. I do think the Packers win this game 30-24. This is so obvious. Aaron Rodgers will have at least a pretty good game, you would think, coming back. But overall, I think Aaron Rodgers and the Packers are in deep trouble. This day and age, you have to have elite receivers, and the Packers simply don't. So I think their season is in trouble. I've got the Vikings winning that division. And then when it comes to the Bears, major week 1 win. You hope to continue to develop Justin Fields. It's going to be tough. You gave him no weapons. But I love Justin Fields personally. I've got Green Bay winning this 30-24. There's kind of a weird Monday night doubleheader where it's not really even a doubleheader. I don't know why they're doing this. So there's a 7:15 Monday night game. It's going to be Tennessee at Buffalo. This is Buffalo's second straight time on primetime. Buffalo has still not played a Sunday game because they played Thursday night and now Monday. Tennessee coming off that brutal loss where they were up 13-0 at home against the Giants. They end up losing. I've got Buffalo winning this game easily. We saw what they did week 1. They are the current Super Bowl favorites, 34-21. Tennessee's offense, they just don't have the receivers, in my opinion. Load up to stop Derrick Henry, make Tannehill and those receivers beat you. It's going to be very tough without A.J. Brown for Tennessee to do much of anything this year. And then basically around the same time, kicking off just about an hour later, it is the other Monday night game. It's going to be Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings, who looked so great week 1 on the road in Philadelphia. This is another game. Flip a coin. It's the NFL. Originally, I had Minnesota winning this game, but it's basically a toss-up, and I'll take the home team. I will take the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts looked good. This Eagles offense, 38 points in week 1. I've got them winning maybe on a walk-off field goal, 27-24. They're 1.5-point favorites at home. So this is just the typical toss-up in the NFL. Minnesota, I'm really high on Minnesota. Justin Jefferson is my offensive player of the year pick. I said that about a month ago. He's just unbelievable, and they do have a really good offense. They could have scored more points on this, the Sunday afternoon game against Green Bay. They took their foot off the gas when they were leading and just played ball control. But guys, those are my official Week 2 picks. A lot of good matchups, a lot of good games. That's going to do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.